Hey, what's up, guys? It's William Krasnick here for my Lucha Underground review for July 1st, 2015, and let's get started. Okay, so before I get started, let me just take the first 5 to 10 minutes to just apologize because if you guys know, Mondays and Wednesdays I usually do this. I talk to you guys about Raw and Lucha Underground, but the past 2 Mondays I haven't been doing that. Well, it's kind of the summer now, and last no not last Saturday. Well, I recently graduated from high school Saturday, so it's kind of weird time for me. I'm going to college, and I'm going to be working, so I've just kind of been busy trying to get some stuff done with my dad over the past 2 weeks. I've watched Raw, yes, both weeks, but I wasn't. I made a video last week to explain how I'm not here at my mom's house where I can talk and make these videos. But I didn't do that this Monday because I kind of was surprised. I was going to my dad's house to help him do stuff, and I didn't have enough time to make a video. No, I'm really sorry about that. And next week, since I'm not going to his house because I have something to do in the morning, kind of college stuff for next year, I'm going to be home and I'm going to review Raw for you. I'm so sorry. I've just been busy. I have a personal life that I'm trying to. But that's with that out of the way. Monday, I didn't do one because I was out of the house. Last week I didn't do one because I was out of the house. Next Monday I'm going to do one because I will be in the house where there's quiet and I can do stuff. So with that out of the way, Lucha Underground, July 1st, 2015. Well, we start off with Dario kind of talking to Chavo, and he's like, well, I did what you told me. She's in the cage. So, you're gonna honor my final request? We got some business. We talk. And in response, Dario's kind of like, business. I got you protection, and I got you a rematch with Blue Demon. But I really don't remember what that last thing was. It's killing me. What was it? Making Chavo angry, and like always, Dario's kind of like, relax. Jokes, we laugh, we have fun, but we have fun though. Tonight, you versus Prince Puma for the title, and Chavo's kind of like, well, I'm Chavo fucking Guerrero, so no DQ match. Can you do that for me? And that's granted, but yet with Prince Puma comes the package of Conan. So with Conan, how is there a way that I can fight without Conan getting sorry, with Conan without Conan getting involved. Well, here comes the stipulation. Conan gets involved, Puma loses, and you automatically win. You're the champion, no questions asked. Just no questions asked. You're the champion, straight up. And with that, our main event is set as a no DQ match for the title. Chavo versus Prince Puma, and Conan gets involved. Whoa, bye title. So, with that said, we could get into the first match: Davari with Big Rick versus Takano. Now, this rival started a few weeks ago because of Takano being pushed into Davari, and Davari went crazy. So, obviously, we're both kind of mad. You ruined my night, and I ruined yours. Let's fight. And then weeks later, Big Rick joined Davari because he paid him, and now Davari versus Takano tonight. Well, when this started, no one they didn't waste time. They immediately got into it, and I kind of noticed it as Ampero said it, but Takano kind of had knee braces on under his knee pads, so Davari was kind of spent the time working on the knee, on the leg, and that's pretty smart. If someone has an injury, you just work on it because it's gonna get them faster. They're gonna feel it. Not gonna be much of a fight. Well, halfway through the match, Davari distracts the ref, and Big Rick kind of hits Takano. This was interesting because of what Big Rick stands for. Kind of when Lucha Underground first started, yeah, I'll pay you and the crew to take out Johnny Mundo because he's not here for the honor. He's here for the money. So now Big Rick is he's kind of like a hitman. The highest bidder, and I'm yours. Like, you pay me $1,000. Who am I? Who am I hurting? Call me Agent 47. Little hitman joke there. I'm a gamer. Real quick though, I kind of noticed that Vampiro was taking cheap shots at Big Rick, because I forgot what Takano did, but he knocked Davari down, and Vampiro was like, oh, Big Rick has to turn his whole body to see that one, making fun of the fact that you're blind in one eye. I guess that's kind of funny, but at the same time, it's rude. But it's Vampiro. He likes to have fun. And then later on, he said when Takano was pinning Davari, he kind of said, "Well, you think Big Rick can count? What's the joke here? Are you saying just because he's big and strong that he's dumb?" I don't know. That was just really weird, unnecessary shots. Towards the end of this match, Big Rick took Takano's bull rope and was going to hit him with it, but then Takano jumped and ducked and super kicked Big Rick and then won. This seemed like a pretty nice ending to a rivalry, but not too long, not too short, just long enough for them to, hey, I hate you, why do you hate me, yada yada, fight, pay this big man to now be my guy, and then we fight. So I can kind of see this being the end of Davari versus. Um, I'm saying a lot tonight. Let me stop that. Let me breathe. Okay. So, kind of an end to the rivalry. Not much else left to say. We fought. Okay. Ultima Lucha's coming up. Let's keep our eyes on a different prize. And keeping their eyes on the prize, we cut to Conan talking to Prince Puma. Oh yeah, Chavo's a liar, he's a cheater, I've known him for so long. But there's one thing he's not. He is not a champion. You know who's a champion? You are a champion. Well, if you've been paying attention the last week, you know Mil Mortes is now #1 contender. He took that from Drago. So we have little Katrina confrontation. Oh yeah, if you survive, Mil Mortes will destroy you because you're in the way of his belt. And then she does her little Undertaker disappearing act. I like this character. Not like Mil Mortes. I don't know, it's a love-hate with him, but I like Katrina because she's kind of, not because she's hot, that makes me sound like a perv, but because she's like, oh yeah, mind games. If I can get in your head, then you're thinking, you're off guard, he can take you out because you're angry and he's taking advantage of that anger. You know what I'm saying? If you're angry, he can take that and destroy you. And Conan was kind of like, well, let's forget the mind games. Okay? Forget don't let it get in your head. Keep your chin up. You have a match tonight. Worry about the match. We'll worry about that when we get there. Match tonight. That when we get there. Tonight. Get there. Okay? So keep doing what you're doing. After that, we get another kind of a backstage deal between Conan, and he's talking about how, oh yeah, I just heard about this match with Chavo tonight against Prince Puma. Oh, we know he hurt Blue Demon, and Mexico's looking for him. Deal with him tonight because you're Mexico. Only thing is, we don't know who he was talking to. We know that Hernandez and Conan are kind of not really good together right now because of what Hernandez did to Prince Puma. So it's not Puma. Alright, it's not Hernandez. And speaking of Hernandez, next was Hernandez versus Drago, who is obviously still alive. Mil Mortes didn't destroy him. And okay. I guess he's not banished because banished 1 week, come back the next, let me in. When you get banished, well, lost last week, so we know that he's not banished. What was the point of banishing him in the first place? If you were just gonna have him come back and then get the stipulation again, yeah, you lose, you're banished, and your mask stays here, but then he wins, and then he loses. What's the thing? You understand what I'm trying to say here? Like, okay, you banish me, But then they came back, tried to finish me again. That didn't go well. So now we're here this week, and it's me versus Hernandez, who cost me my number one contenders title, my number one contenders match. Well, Drago was more in control this whole match because of the whole the speed versus power thing. Since I'm trying to. Since Drago has more speed, he can kind of duck more. He can get out of the way, do all these good things so he doesn't get hurt much. And Hernandez is hanging in there, which was really nice because Hernandez, he's a really interesting fighter, don't get me wrong. But when I watch him fight, I get this feel like he's too cocky for my taste. And that's good for some people, but for him, especially tonight, during this one moment, he kind of looked at the screen and was kind of like, and then he pinned him. Why are you taking the time out of your day, out of the match, to sit there, be cocky, because you're like, I understand gimmicks, and it's probably a part of his thing, but it's just weird to me. It's hard. And what's even weirder now, that he's on Lucha Underground, but then at 9 o'clock, he's on TNA. You have a contract with one thing, and I get that we're in between, kind of. Season 1 is ending, and these are all pre-recorded things, and we don't know about a season 2. But why not wait it out? Why go immediately back to TNA, where you're with all of these other people, when you had something better going on over here, and we're still waiting for season 2 to be announced? It's kind of weird because one you're signed for, and then the other one you kind of broke a deal and went back to, even though you're still signed with it. Hey, I don't know. I'm just a kid. Let's get back to the actual event, Hernandez versus Drago. A very interesting thing that I heard through this match was Matt Striker, who said it's not the size of the fighter, but the size of the fight that he brings. And this was very interesting to me because Drago is small, not really small. He's like medium height, maybe. But he can still, he's really good at the fighting with all of the flips and the stuff. He's able to kind of just, yeah, I can fight like this, but at the same time I can do all of these big moves that gets me from point A to point B, cut the ring in half, to where I have more momentum than you do, and I can take more control. You understand what I'm saying? So it's kind of really, really interesting thing to say when it comes to Drago fighting. Another interesting thing said, since Ultima Lucha is kind of right around the corner, Dario kind of ease back. Don't really like be 10 counts, and just let the boys fight. I don't care what happens, just let them fight. First pay-per-view is coming up. We're all about violence here. And the ref did that. There was very little 10 count. I don't think he was counting at all. He was very lenient about it. Oh, yeah, outside the ring. Come on, get back in the ring. Oh, you're still okay. It's nice weather we have here. Oh, okay. But then with there's some things we can do and we can't do. Like Hernandez, yes, let the boys fight, but you assaulted well, not really assaulted, but you stole a fan's belt. What? Excuse me. He picked up a fan and he kind of frisked him for his belt. I feel like this is assault. In some way or another, it's assault. You frisked me for my belt, you took it off of me, and now I'm beltless. Thanks. What if that belt was holding me up? What if my pants fell down and that belt was the only thing keeping me up? Now you have my belt and you're whipping that guy with it. Yep, he whips Drago and then brings him onto the apron and starts strangling him, and Drago wins by DQ. Although he won, Hernandez didn't care. He kept strangling him. He just kept he was strangling the life out of this man. With his cockiness comes this other side that is kind of interesting. He's a heel, I get that. And with one thing comes another where, okay, he's cocky sometimes, but then at the same time, when he needs to be, he's kind of there to be like, yeah, my heel side is kicking in. And he spent the next 2 minutes, dragons aren't real. He's just a man, and I whipped his fucking ass. And if you have a problem with that, come in the ring, and I'll whip your ass. Well, this is going to be an interesting rivalry. I like Drago. Hernandez I'm on the fence about. I went over that. But with these two characters kind of clashing, with these two characters, interesting fights, things are going to happen. And this will be quite interesting. Can't wait to see how this is resolved. So next, we get Katrina warning, going to Chavo and's like, well, it doesn't matter if you win tonight, and it doesn't matter if Puma wins tonight, because no matter who wins, Mil Muertes is going to destroy you. So good luck. And Chavo was kind of, well, tell him that I said be prepared because I'm coming. With this, we get an ending shot of Mil Muertes getting angry. And I guess that's going to be really interesting, knowing his character. He's angry. And he's kind of, I've said this a lot, he's kind of like this Spanish Undertaker, whereas Katrina is also Paul Bear, but she's a lot hotter, and she's not fat. I don't know if that's just Katrina's hot. So it's funny to kind of see Mil Muertes getting angry because someone said this disrespect. Yeah. So we get to see who wins that later. Next, Marty the Moth versus El Patron. And poor Marty. Like, Alberto just lays into him, doesn't let Marty get a chance, and then he wins by submission. I feel like Marty's gonna do good things is gonna He's an interesting character. He has this. He can fight. Yes, I said this last week. He can. He's gonna do these things that kind of stupid. Like, oh yeah, I'm gonna take 5 minutes on the top rope, do my little stupid wing thing before I do anything, costing me the match. Maybe if season 2 happens and we still have Marty, we can get actually him winning stuff, getting a very good story. Like, I like joke characters because they know they can win and lose matches. Take Enzo. He's pretty much a joke character, but this man is on his way to a title reign with the tag team champions with Cal and Cassidy. We get the swaft, but then we get the fighting to back it up. Here we get the stupid arm moth things, some fighting, but then oh yeah, let me go do this dive move. But first, I'm flying. Oh, now I'm down and you won. I just think he deserves more. Right now, he's just some lame character. Oh well. With Al Patron winning, he's kind of warning Mundo, kind of saying, "Yeah, thank you. When you slammed me through that window, you didn't hurt me. Well, you hurt me, but you didn't hurt me. You woke up this evil side in me, this this dark side, dark and scary side, the side that is very destructive and sadistic and dark and evil, and the side that you woke up, it's coming for you, and I'm gonna rip your face off because you tried to break the face that my mother gave me." What? This was a good promo, don't get me wrong, but what? I'm going to rip your face off because you tried to hurt the face that my mother gave me. I'm I watched this about 3 hours ago, and I'm still trying to process what this means. Is this another way to say, yeah, I'm coming for you because you came for me? Don't like what? I don't know. I get a headache. I don't like Alberto. One of those very few moments where I don't like a character. Just I don't know. I hope this feud goes somewhere. Like, I guess we've probably seen this feud before because they were both in WWE as Alberto Al Patron, not Alberto Del Rio and John Morrison. So it was probably bound to happen. But now when we bring it to this place, we got to see it now because probably not a lot of people in that ring or that place watch WWE. We're kind of new at this. We're watching Lucha Underground. Whatever. Total props to you. You like your own thing. I like mine. But when we say weird things like this, I'm going to rip your face off because you tried to rip off the face that my mother gave me. That's where things get weird. What are you talking about? What? I don't understand. And then he goes on to say, messing with me was a mistake. It wasn't your biggest mistake, and it's gonna be your last mistake. Big mistake, but last mistake. So does this mean I'm going to kill you, or does this mean that what? Are you gonna make it to where I can't wrestle anymore because you mentally disfigured me? You ripped my face off because I tried the face that your mother gave me. I need to move on because this isn't making any sense to me, and I don't know how I'm trying to rationalize it. Lion face, lemon face, lion face. So next is the big match. The no DQ for the title. Chavo Guerrero with the Crew versus Prince Puma, who does come down with Conan, but if Conan gets involved, Prince Puma immediately bye. No more title. So there was kind of this moment before, oh, there's nowhere to prepare for a Guerrero. It's like watching all of these prison movies on what to do in a cell, and then you get to prison, and you're not prepared because it's prison, and it's the same as preparing for a Guerrero. Some like analogies in wrestling don't really work that well with things, so why do we insist on doing it? You can't. Let me slow down. Let me just say this. Preparing for a prison and preparing for a person may be similar because prison has people in it, and this is an actual physical being. But prison, rape, shank, gangs, violence. Person, rape, gang, violence. They're similar, yes, but this one you can prepare for a lot more. Well, this one you can't really prepare for a lot more. Let me slow down. This one you can. You can just avoid the person. Just okay. I see you. I'm not gonna bother you. I'm gonna go the other way. This one, once you get sent there, you're screwed. There's ways to avoid stuff in prison, but you're screwed. Something's bound to happen. You gotta join a gang to survive. Just whatever. So I don't think this comparison works. Halfway through the match, Chavo gets his fake. My knee. Oh, let me go sit in the corner while you guys do stuff. And with that, he kind of sits in the corner, and the Crew blindside Prince Puma, and Conan knows that he can't get involved, but he's there. I need something. I need a prop. He's kind of there, like, yeah, do something. I'm not scared. Hit me with your best shot. It was kind of a standoff moment. But then the Crew goes in and they continue working on Prince Puma. While on the outside, Conan. Remember earlier how I had said Conan had made a deal with somebody? Well, on the outside, Conan's sitting there and he's calling someone. Maybe this is the mystery person. Well, who does Conan call? Delgado himself. And he knocks Chavo down, who was going for some sort of diving move. He takes out the Crew, and then Prince Puma wins. Okay, cool. He's gonna keep it till the pay-per-view. Awesome. Okay, but then what was that? Well, outside we get the Chavo. Mexico is not coming for you because Mexico is already here. I'm Mexico. And Chavo was hungry. So that was obviously there has to be some during credit scene, and we get that. So backstage, it's Chavo nursing his injury, and Blue Demon walks in, and Chavo's kind of like, I'm not, don't mess with me. And Blue Demon's like, calm down. I don't fight people who are already injured like you. And then Chavo's like, oh, okay. Well, it's funny how Mexico doesn't want you to take care of me. Because Tecano, he's Mexico. You're just a has-been who lives in Miami, forcing Blue Demon to go crazy and to attack Chavo with the tagline, I am Mexico. That was Lucha Underground for this week of July 1st, 2015. Let me just say a few things. So I'm really interested to see how these next few weeks are going to play out up to the first pay-per-view of Ultima Lucha. I'm really fascinated with the storylines. I can't wait. I want to see how the Vampiro one gets settled with Pentagon Jr., how this whole Mexico thing gets settled with Chavo, the Black Lotus thing. I can't wait. I'm excited. What I would have liked to see though is another match for one of those medallions, because right now it's 3 and there's 4 people. There's 4 more left. There's not really much time left, so let's get rolling with that. Those last 4 medallions need to kind of get out there. That's pretty much all I would have liked to see tonight. Oodles, don't forget to check him out. My other friend Lewis, I put him down below too. Dr. 20XX. We don't know what it means. Right now he has 2 videos up. They're both Super Smash Brothers videos. Really into that game. Go check him out. The podcast thing, my friend Haven is still cutting it. When it happens, I'm gonna put it up here for you all to enjoy. And Monday there's gonna be a Raw review. I promise. I can't go 3 weeks in a row without it. It feels like I'm cheating all of you guys out on something that I promised. In a little bit, there might be another video for me. Not promising anything, but I got stuff to do. I connected my controller to my computer. So pretty soon, gameplay stuff coming at you guys. Ooh, can't wait to see what those are. And that's all for tonight. So don't forget to check out Oodles and Dr. 20XX. Comment what you liked in the just down below. If you don't really comment on things, you can tweet at me at WKoshnik69 on Twitter. That's WKoshnik69 on Twitter. So peace.